Hi, Victoria here with Celerant. In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to import a prospect list into HubSpot. I'm using our HubSpot import template, so I've filled out all of the necessary fields for HubSpot segmentation. Once your list is ready to go, you have your fields filled out, but you also want to ensure that if you are using segmentation, um, properties such as type, source, status, and segment, that these do match up with the properties that are in HubSpot. I'm first going to download this spreadsheet into a CSV. If you have if you're using Microsoft Excel, then there will be no need for you to download into a CSV. The import tool in HubSpot will allow you to use an XLS spreadsheet. In this case, since this is a Google Sheet, I will need to download it into a CSV file. I'm now in HubSpot and in the import tool. To access the import tool, easiest way is going to go into your contacts. Towards the right top corner, you're going to see import. Click on that. It'll bring you into the imports screen, and you're going to click on Start an Import. We're going to import a file from our computer. Again, here's your file formats. And I'm going to choose one file. And also we're going to choose multiple objects because we are not only enrolling contacts, but we're also enrolling company information such as the company name, website domain. Now we're going to select how we'd like to import and associate our objects. Again, we're going to choose companies and contacts. And we're going to go ahead and plug in our import sheet here that we downloaded. This will stay the same as far as how to choose to import contacts. We want to create and update and click next. Now you see it's checking for errors, and it did find some errors in the first 100 rows of your import sheet. Now, I only have 33 contacts, but it will scan the first 100 rows to ensure there are no errors within your spreadsheet. As you can see here, these are your field properties from the spreadsheet and how they were mapped to the HubSpot property. So first name, last name, these are contact properties, job title, email. And then if we scroll down, we'll start seeing some company properties down here and how they are mapped. Now you'll notice that the green check marks mean that they have been mapped correctly. But if you come across a yellow, you'll see that it shows an invalid enumeration for all 33 contacts on my list. So I can do a couple of different things here with these two. First thing that I want to do is we can click on Fix Import Errors and to see what we're looking at. So as far as missing option, it does show that this particular lead source, direct outbound prospecting, is not matching up with what is showing in HubSpot. So there's some other options here. Update your file and try importing again. Choose a different property other than lead source, or import now and fix later. If we want to kind of drill down and see why it doesn't match or what the issue is, I can actually open up my lead source here and my properties. I can see that outbound prospecting is in there, but not direct outbound prospecting. So in this example, we have just an extra word for that particular field. Because we only have 33 contacts, my suggestion here is to import now and fix later, and then I can show you how to do that. So that won't take a lot. Now, if you had, over, 500 contacts, you probably don't want to do that. You can still do it in bulk, but it might be ideal just to update the file and then try to run the import again. So we will leave that alone for now, and we'll go to our next one. This one here, if we click on Fix Import Errors, same here, gives you the information. If I click on this, it just shows that this is the error. There's an error with this particular field. If we look at our contact owner properties, you can see that there is not a space here, and that's why the error is showing for that property. Again, we're going to ignore and fix later, and I'll show you how to do that. So once you have looked at this and determined that everything else looks good, we know we need to fix those two properties. And then also here, if you see anything grayed out with a check mark, that's just showing you that there's most likely not any information that was entered on those particular cells on your spreadsheet. These two at the bottom, they might be miscellaneous information. You can here, they're not, if not HubSpot, maybe it was again a list from an Apollo or a download that you used and you don't necessarily need that column to import. You can use the drop down here and choose Don't Import Column. So now my little error message down here has gone away for any unmapped columns. The only other thing that you'll want to do is you may be importing contacts that could already be in your database, especially if you have purchased a list. The best practice here, and which is a pretty neat little hack, is HubSpot has this manage existing values. So if there is an existing value already in HubSpot because a contact or company was already in the database, you can choose to not overwrite the information, especially if you are not wanting to update your type source or status. Let's say you have a contact that is in here that is now engaged. Maybe they're in pipeline, they have a deal open. We definitely don't want to overwrite the information to show up as if they're a brand new prospect. So you can either individually select the properties you wish not to overwrite, or you can choose all of them. And again, if there's any information that has already exists, it will not overwrite the property. After that, you will click Next, click Agree that these contacts have consent to be sent an email from your HubSpot portal, and click Finish Import. Here you will see that there have imported 34 rows, 49 records, new records, which is the combination of the contacts and the companies, and 33 new associations. Now you'll want to add your imported contacts to a list in order to prepare for outreach. Here you'll click on the More button, Add Imported Contacts to List. You can create a new static list, a new active list, or choose an existing static list. In this case, I'm going to choose just a new static list, add, and it has named it my demo import, which was the name of my spreadsheet, or you can always go in here and update this to new prospects, outreach, or whatever you'd like to name it. You'll now see in here that my contacts are now in a list. You'll also notice that the contact owner is unassigned because that was a property that had an error. Let me go ahead and save this list. and I'm going to show you quickly how to fix those two error messages. Okay, now that my list looks like it has populated, you can go into the actions, edit columns if you want to sort your columns or add any columns that might have been missing so you can view uh, here. Otherwise, if everything looks good, you just click save. But as you can see here, here's my lead source column. It is empty and my contact owner is unassigned. If you recall that when we did our import, the two error message that came up were the lead source, property, and contact owner. Now, in order to fix those, I can grab these and select them all in bulk. I'm going to edit our first property, which was our lead source. And it was direct outbound prospecting is what we had on our sheet. Here in HubSpot, it is outbound prospecting, so that is what I'm going to choose. And I'm going to update that. You can see that is now updated here. I'm going to keep them selected because now I want to update also our contact owner. So edit here, contact owner. I'm going to find my name and click update. And you'll now see that that shows there. And that is it. That is how you'll create a list. The next thing that you can do from this point is if you wanted to create tasks for outreach or enroll them in a sequence, this is how you would create your list for that. Thanks.